Hands where I can see them." The voice thundered across the quiet park like a gunshot. Birds scattered. Joggers froze. And all I could think was, not again. I had come out for a peaceful morning walk, coffee in hand, music playing, finally enjoying a break from the chaos of my job. But now, flashing lights surrounded me. 2 squad cars. A cop with his hand on his weapon. The irony. I'm Special Agent Marcus Hill with the FBI. And this officer was about to make the biggest mistake of his career. It was a calm Saturday in Riverview City. After months of working on a federal corruption case, I just wanted air that didn't smell like stress and paperwork. So, I threw on a hoodie, sweatpants, and went to Riverside Park, a quiet stretch by the river. I sat on a bench, sipping coffee, watching the world move slowly again. That's when I noticed a woman across the trail struggling with her dog's leash. The dog broke free and sprinted toward me, tail wagging. I smiled, crouched, and caught the leash before it ran into the road. "Gotcha, buddy," I said, laughing. But when I looked up, the woman's face froze in fear. "Ma'am, it's okay," I said gently. "He's safe." Instead of thanking me, she backed away. "Don't touch my dog," she screamed, pulling out her phone. I frowned, confused. Then I heard the words that turned my stomach cold. "There's a suspicious black man in the park. He grabbed my dog. Send someone fast." 10 minutes later, police cruisers rolled in, lights flashing. Before I could even stand, one of the officers, tall, heavy-set, and angry-looking, jumped out. "Put your hands where I can see them." I froze. "Officer, I think there's a misunderstanding. I said hands up," he barked, already reaching for his gun. The younger officer beside him looked nervous, but said nothing. I raised my hands slowly. "I'm unarmed. I didn't do anything wrong." "Don't move," the older one growled. "You match the description." "What description?" I asked. He smirked. "Black male, hoodie, threatening a woman. Sound familiar?" Before I could answer, my coffee hit the ground, my wrists were yanked behind my back, and I was shoved against the police car. Phones were out. People were recording. "Officer, please, listen to me," I said, keeping calm. He cut me off. "You people always got a story, huh?" That one burned. I'd heard it before. But never like this, not while carrying an FBI badge in my pocket. "Sir," I said calmly, "I'm reaching into my pocket, slowly. There's an ID inside." "Don't you move," he snapped, checking it himself. The moment he flipped it open, his face turned pale. Inside was my FBI badge. "Special Agent Marcus Hill," I said evenly. "Department of Justice. You just handcuffed a federal agent in public, without cause." He stammered. I didn't." "You did," I interrupted. "Now tell me, what was your probable cause?" The younger cop quickly removed the cuffs. "Sir, we just got a call." "Yeah," I said, "about a suspicious black man." "I know." I looked the senior officer dead in the eye. "The thing about bias, it makes you act before you think." He tried to defend himself. "I was just doing my job." "No," I said coldly. "You were doing her prejudice's job. And you just profiled the wrong man." A police sergeant arrived moments later. She recognized me instantly. "Agent Hill," she said, embarrassed. "We had no idea." "I'm sure you didn't," I said. "Because if you had, you'd have been more careful." The woman with the dog stood nearby, arms crossed. "That's him," she said. "He was acting suspicious." The sergeant sighed. "Ma'am, he's a federal agent. He wasn't doing anything wrong." The woman's face dropped. I looked at her calmly. "You could have just said thank you." The sergeant ordered the officer to turn in his report and body cam. He walked off, humiliated. When things quieted down, she said softly, "You know how it is, people call, we have to respond." "I understand," I said. "But responding doesn't mean escalating." She nodded slowly. You're right. He's old school, thinks force first, questions later. That mindset, I said, is what gets people hurt or killed. I asked her to bring the officer back. He looked nervous. Look at me, I said. He did. Do you know what could have happened back there? He swallowed hard. Yes, sir. I don't think you do, I said quietly. You drew your weapon on a man for existing in the wrong skin. If I had moved wrong, even slightly, you'd be filling out a death report right now. He lowered his head. I'm sorry, Agent Hill. I'm not asking for an apology, I said. I'm asking for change. You wear that badge to protect people, not to intimidate them. He nodded. Yes, sir. A few days later, the footage hit the internet. The caption read, "Cop arrests black man for walking in park. Turns out he's an FBI agent." It went viral overnight. The mayor called it a regrettable misunderstanding. The department issued an apology. But to me, it wasn't just regrettable. It was a mirror, showing what millions face every day, without a badge to save them. A week later, that same officer asked to meet. Against my better judgment, I said yes. He met me at a diner, out of uniform, eyes tired. I wanted to say thank you, he said quietly, for not pressing charges. I nodded. You're lucky I didn't. He sighed. That day, I realized something. I'd stopped seeing people. I saw threats, not humans. I studied him. Then maybe this happened for a reason. He told me he'd started a mandatory bias training program at his precinct. You made me realize how easily I could have destroyed a life, he said. For the first time, I believed him. Good, I said. Because one apology doesn't fix the system. But one honest change, that's a start. A few days later, I went back to the park. Same bench. Same coffee. And guess what? The same dog barked from across the trail. The woman froze when she saw me, but this time she didn't run. She walked up slowly. I owe you an apology, she said softly. I was scared that day. I just reacted. I nodded. Fear makes people do strange things. She looked down. Can you forgive me? I already did, I said. Just try giving people the benefit of the doubt next time. She smiled weakly. I will. As she walked away, the dog barked happily. I smiled. You see, we live in a world where judgment travels faster than truth, where a simple assumption can ruin a life in seconds. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Every encounter is a chance to choose empathy over fear, respect over pride, and understanding over power. That day in the park could have ended in tragedy, but instead, it ended in change. Because sometimes, it takes the right person in handcuffs to open someone else's eyes. And sometimes, justice doesn't happen in a courtroom, it happens right there, in the park.